And you might be able to see some stuff here. Right here we're on the surface. And if you look closely you can see where the, if I can walk straight here, parts of the vein have actually laid right out. Like under this tree you can see there's a piece of fluorite. Kind of washed out from the sun. Don't see any crystals at the moment. But let's get in there and see if we can take a quick look. Still not as rich as what we're looking for from what I remember from the past. You can see that's just solid fluorite there, weathered out of the vein. There is some crystal activity on it. Let's get a, or cubic too, that's kind of strange. Usually everything around here is octahedral, so these are some small cubes. Yeah, definitely not worth taking and packing out of here, but if we don't find anything else, maybe we'll do a little digging and see if we can expose. Now see up here, got some octahedrons up there, and then some cubes down here, so kind of interesting. It might be a second stage development or something. Yeah, let's see what we can. Yeah, so you got some heavily modified cubes here. Let's see if we can pull in on this a little bit. Not sure what this camera will do for showing individual crystals and things, but we'll take a look and see if we can keep this as steady as we can. But there you can see some modified cubes. Looks like there's some cube octahedral action going on. But one time I'm going to assume that this was fairly green. It doesn't look like there was any purple involved. It's kind of a washed out. Oh, kind of a washed out. So I think we'll get back out here instead on this close-up thing here. This might be a cool little target here. Dig up and around the little tree. See what's going on. Maybe we can get some fresh stuff. It has a little bit of luster, maybe a little bit better color. Here's a piece I just found coming up the slope here. It's got some decent sized octahedrons on there. You know, you got almost an inch on the leading edge there. You got quite a bit of damage around the rind. It's been sitting out in the sun, so the color's not too fresh. But you know, it does have green. Does have green color, so where that came out of was right up this scree slope right over here, so I'm just kind of tracking it uphill here since we know most stuff rolls downhill. So trying to find the fault or vein wherever it's coming from, probably a vein. See if I can dig up a little bit and maybe get into something fresh, get an open pocket or something. But there's been quite a few octahedrons all the way up of good size, but as you can kind of see too, though, we're on a pretty steep slope here. This is rough going. Kind of got myself wedged into a tree here up against the ground, but you can also see, I just happened to notice this in the tree, that there is a rock that is wedged into that tree. Obviously that came off of a larger rock that impacted into this tree at some point years ago, coming down from up above with pretty decent velocity. To get wedged in there, now it's getting run around by the tree, so there we are, looking a little bit what I think is to the north. Back across this little gully here, ravine. So, but definitely pretty steep, so you might be able to hear the river down around the background there. Let's see if we can. We're quite a ways above it now. You might be able to see it down there right to the left. Right to the left of that branch that's right in front of the camera there. Should be right down in there somewhere. There should be some water. Yeah, there it is. So we've come quite the ways. Been fluorite all along. So we'll see what we can keep getting.